Family and community are important parts of rehabilitation for those incarcerated. One way to support your loved one is through visitation. Our goal is to ensure a positive and safe environment for TDCJ staff, inmates, and visitors. Each unit has a family liaison officer available during visitation to make sure visitors receive the assistance they need and that the visitation is conducted in accordance to TDCJ policy and procedures. While every unit is governed by the agency policy and procedures, the visitation process may vary depending on the design of the facility. Visits are scheduled through the online visitation portal located on the TDCJ website. Follow the prompts to create an account and schedule your visit. Keep in mind that depending on the inmate visitation status, most inmates are allowed only 2 adult visitors per visit per weekend. Children 17 years old and under are not counted in this total. Prior to traveling, it's important to check the TDCJ website for last-minute information, as an inmate can be moved from one location to another for many reasons. Use the inmate information search tool available on the TDCJ website to verify your loved one's location. This search engine can also indicate if they are eligible for visits. Additionally, the TDCJ website will list visitation cancellations currently in progress at a facility. TDCJ has a dress code to enter its facilities, including a visitation. Shorts and skirts are allowed if they are no shorter than 3 inches above the knee. Although the length for children under 10 is not restricted, be mindful that you're entering a prison environment when dressing children for visit. Sleeveless shirts and dresses are allowed as long as they are covering the shoulders. Sandals, flip-flops, and open-toed shoes are also permitted. Sheer clothing and clothes with profane or offensive content will not be allowed. The family liaison officer will make the final decision concerning questionable clothing, so we encourage you to dress appropriately. Up-to-date guidelines are available on the visitation section of the TDCJ website. Please make sure that everyone in your party has proper identification. All visitors 18 years old and older will need government-issued photo ID to attend visitation. When you arrive at one of our facilities, the first thing you'll encounter is a security checkpoint or highway gate. You will be required to provide staff with the name and TDCJ number of the inmate you're visiting. The driver of the vehicle must provide their name, driver's license, the make, model, license plate number, and the color of the vehicle. At this point, your vehicle will be searched. All visitors, including children, will be instructed to exit the vehicle and remove hats, sunglasses, and similar items to ensure a proper identification. No one can stay in the vehicle during the search. All areas of the vehicle will be searched to include under the seats, in the glove compartments, under the hood, in the trunk, the top, and the undercarriage of the vehicle, as well as the body and bed of trucks. Once the vehicle search is complete, you will be directed to park and proceed to the designated security checkpoint. All visitors are required to register and be searched at the gatehouse before proceeding to visitation. Before you get to the gatehouse, keep in mind there are only certain items you are allowed to take with you. For a full list, visit the TDCJ visitation website. Items such as alcoholic beverages and controlled substances are not allowed on the premises of the facility. Tobacco products, knives, cell phones, and paper currency are not allowed inside the facility. Individuals in lawful possession of firearms or ammunition must unload and secure the firearm and ammunition in a locked weapon box or locked compartment in a locked vehicle, or a locked vehicle with the firearm concealed from view with a locked device properly installed on the firearm. During the search, you will be asked to remove jackets, hats, belts, and shoes, and remove items from your pockets. All items and persons entering the facility are subject to a comprehensive search, including visual search, pat-downs, the use of metal detectors, or searches with other equipment. A pat search will be conducted by a correctional officer of the same gender. If you can't be cleared through the search process, the family liaison officer will be called. You will not be allowed to continue into the facility until the situation is resolved. Although children 17 years old and under will not be pat searched, they are subject to searches using contraband screening equipment. Parents, guardians, or accompanying adults are responsible for making sure that the children are free from prohibited items prior to entering the facility. At registration, you must provide the proper identification. This information will be entered into the TDCJ Visitors Tracking System. Please remember that the time required to complete the registration process varies depending on the number of visitors. Visitation staff will make every effort to expedite the process. Most inmates are eligible for contact visits, which allows inmates and family members to have limited physical contact. These visits usually occur in a large furnished visitation room, which is shared with other inmates and their family and friends. Some inmates are only eligible for general visits. These visits are conducted in a designated area where visitors and inmates are separated by a glass wall or partition. No physical contact is possible. General visits are also referred to as regular or non-contact visits. All visitation areas are staffed by correctional officers under the supervision of a family liaison officer. Once you complete the registration and search process, these officers will seat you and will be on hand during visitation to assist you. You may experience a delay if your loved one is eating a meal, attending a program, or if the unit is conducting count. These delays usually last no more than 20 minutes. Don't worry, the visitation period doesn't begin until the inmate and visitors are united. For contact visits, visitors and inmates are allowed to embrace and kiss briefly once at the beginning and once at the end of the visit. Visitors may hold hands with the inmate while sitting across from one another, as long as the hands remain on top of the table. Adults must remain on opposite sides of the table, but the children are allowed to sit next to or be held by the inmate. Visitation areas are supplied with books, activity pages, and crayons to allow the inmate to interact with their children. Visitors are allowed to purchase soft drinks and snacks from the vending machine. All snacks will be opened and visually inspected before being given to an inmate. There are restrooms available for both inmates and visitors. You will be notified approximately 5 minutes before your visit ends, allowing you time to say goodbye. As you leave, you will be required to show or collect your identification, and your vehicle will be searched as you leave the facility. Once the vehicle has been searched, you will be allowed to exit the security checkpoint. For more information about inmate visitation policies, visit the TDCJ website.